Good morning. Today, in this class, we will discuss the silent features of metamorphic petrology. Now, the first thing is that the concept of metamorphism. What is metamorphism? Means you have a parent rock to which we call protolith. It may be igneous, sedimentary, and whence due to change in the physiochemical conditions, that is pressure, temperature and chemical active fluids, there is process of mineralogical and structural, that is textural change takes place, and this change is known as your metamorphic. You can say the metamorphic process, and the rock form is a metamorphic rock. Means there is a mineral change, textural change, the physical conditions, that are the pressure and temperature, and depending upon lower and upper limits of metamorphism. Once we say low grade, means diagenesis, beyond diagenesis, in sedimentary there is lithification and diagenesis, means above temperature, or you can say the physical conditions of diagenesis and the condition of melting, before the condition of melting, these changes in PT conditions, in these range of PT conditions, the rocks found are called the metamorphic rocks. Now, you know the factors of metamorphism, that is the temperature, and in general, when we say temperature, it can range from your 100 to 850 degrees centigrades. Then the pressure. The pressure you all know is of two types, that is the confining pressure or uniform pressure or lithostatic pressure. Means when pressure is applied equally from all sides, that is your confining pressure. Second type of pressure is your directed pressure related to deformation. Means your body is elongated perpendicular to direction of its pressure. And third factor you all know is the fluid compositions, that is your mainly the H2O and CO2. Now goals of metamorphism, or you can say metamorphism, means that occurs the first, the term protolith, it should be very clear to you. The protolith means the original rock before metamorphism. Now it may be, depending upon, it may be igneous, it may be sedimentary. If it is igneous, that will be called as the ortho. If it is sedimentary, it is the para. Now grade of metamorphism means the extent to which the metamorphism has taken place. Then coming to your the type of, you can say the plate margins, depending upon the geobaric gradient, pressure variations within the earth, if you want to discuss, means when the type, this is a normal continental crust, the thickness is around 35 to 40 kilometer and pressure is around 10 to 12 kilobars. You can take an example of your normal continental in Canada. Then the active margins where thickness is from 60 to 80 kilometers and the pressure is 18 to 25 kilobar pressure. And you can take the example of the Nevada, right? Then collision orogens, thickness is around 80 to 100 kilometer and the pressure is from 24 to 30 kilometers, Himalayas. Then the oceanic crust, thickness is very thin, that is 6 to 10 kilometers and pressure is around 2-3 kilobars, and this is the Atlantic Oceans. So this is about that. And the geothermal gradient, controls of heat flow surface. Once we say geothermal gradient, average geothermal gradient of the earth as such is 3 degree per 100 meter, means 30 degrees centigrade per kilometer, right? But it varies from type of, you can say, the crust, depending upon Precambrian shield, for example, it is around 15 to 20 degree, right? In active margins arcs, it is around 30 to 35 kilometer, 35 degree centigrade per kilometer. Then in the collision margins, it is 25 to 30 degree centigrade per kilometer, extensional 40 to 50, and mid oceanic ridges even it is up to 60 degree centigrade per kilometer. So we can understand this. Now plate tectonics control on metamorphism. Depending upon means what plate motion is there. For example, ocean floor metamorphism. Ocean floor metamorphism means mid-oceanic ridges where the plates are moving apart, means very high heat flow, very high temperature and low pressure, you can say it in general. All these mid-oceanic ridges, these are ocean floor metamorphism where new ocean is, you can say new crust is formed. There is high pressure, temperature and low pressure. Then the subduction zone metamorphism where it is high pressure and low temperature. Subduction takes place. Then arc basement metamorphism, low pressure, high temperature, and continent collision, that is intermediate pressure temperature, and then continental extension metamorphism, intermediate pressure temperature. Now depending upon the parent rock, I told you in the beginning that if it is an igneous rock or igneous petrolith, the term ortho is used. If it is sedimentary, para is used. Example, orthogneiss and paragneiss. So if a gneiss you all know is a metamorphic rock. If the parent of this gneiss happens to be igneous, it will be called orthogneiss. If the parent of that gneiss happens to be your sedimentary, it will be called paragneiss. This should be very clear. Now, depending upon the grade, you can say the slate, phyllite, then phylonite, schist. This is you can that in the beginning the sedimentary rock is shale, then with increase in pressure temperatures, that is in regional metamorphism, slate is formed, phyllite is formed, and then ultimately schist and gneiss are formed. So in that account of you see the quartzite again is a metamorphic, that is your hornfels. You can say there the granoblastic rocks, quartzite, marble, they're different granolites, hornfels, right? Now depending upon metamorphic rocks on geology, that a local metamorphism means local metamorphism is contact metamorphism adjacent to igneous intrusion. Where there is an igneous intrusion, that is a source of heat, and the overlying rock they get metamorphosed. So that will be local metamorphism. Then the dynamic means along the fault zones there will be dynamic metamorphism. Only when the pressure is dynamic means stress is the main factor. And the regional metamorphism, dinothermal metamorphism takes place. So that you can classify depending upon local metamorphism and the regional metamorphism. Now in contact metamorphism, factors that influence development of areole means the temperature of the magma that intrudes naturally. If it is say basic or you can say periodic or ultramafic type, then that it will have larger effect, or it will have, you can say, the large zone of areole. But if it is acidic or silicic, it will have lesser effect. So depending upon that, there are factors: size of intrusion, pluton, how the size of that pluton is there, then the chemical activity of the fluids which they are there, and character of the country rocks, that depends upon the overlying the country rocks that are present, and then the mode of emplacement that is there, that depends upon that. Then the rocks in the contract areas that are formed are your hornfels, that is massive, fine grained, sugary textured rocks, can have many protolithic, felsic, volcanic. No compositional meaning of hornfels, can have large, this giving prolith, right? So depending upon the character of the emplacement of the powerful intrusion produces and related rocks in the gneiss and the then skarns, contact metamorphism in limestones. Where is the, if the country rock happens to be limestone and there is an intrusion, the skarns are that we call that the skarns that are developed in contact between the granitic and the limestone or dolomite. Coarse grained rocks are formed, and the type of, you can say, the silicate minerals, calcilicate minerals are formed like diopside, garnet, actinolite, scheelite, calcite, wollastonite, in quartz, tremolite. Such minerals are formed in your, you can, that is your in skarn or contact metamorphism of the limestones. Then the dynamic metamorphism associated with faults means at low temperature pressure, you can see rocks very complex faults are formed. Then the textural, classification you can say fault zone, inconsist fault zones, fault breccia, visible fragments, and the gauze visible fragments less than 30%. So depending upon that, then regional metamorphism, because found in internal parts of orogenic belts. This is very important. Regional is a large scale in the orogenic belts. Strong fabric may have evidence of multiple definitions cutting this. Gauze they are dominated, and the you can see this is means the index minerals for progressive metamorphism of metaphyletic rocks. First, that is the rock for the chlorite, the slate phyllite, then biotite, phyllite, fine grained schist, garnet schist, gneiss, sterolite, kyanite, sillimanite. This is called the Borovian sequence. Means from chlorite to sillimanite, the occurrence, or you can say the appearance of these minerals as index minerals, this is called the Borovian sequence. On this, the isogrades means that lines that joins rocks having the same grade of metamorphism. There is like biotite isograde and grade temperature like this. Then the metamorphic fabric and texture. Depending upon this, there's like cleavage, foliation, lineation. Yeah, rocks may have granoblast, means they may be foliated, they may be non-foliated, depending upon that. These are the. So in general, when we say that is the the metamorphic rocks, means depending upon the parent rock, protolith, that if it is igneous, that will be ortho, the term ortho will be prefixed. If it is sedimentary, the term para is prefixed. And depending upon the protolith, suppose six common type of protoliths, that is pilitic, shale, mudstone, quartz, feldspathic, then calcareous, basic, magnesian, that is peridotite, and ferromagnesian limestone like this. And then the pilitic protoliths means naturally they will have a high Al2O, K2O and lesser Ca. Micas, and the common is kyanite, sillimanite, andesite. Naturally they have such type of alumina silicate triple is that there, the granite solidified spare. Then it may be pessimatic, means quartz sandstones with varying this feldspathic igneous rocks. It is right. Calcareous protoliths, limestones naturally, the dolomites, marbles, and then the basic protoliths like basalts, andesites. And then your magnesian protoliths, peridotites, serpentines, right, ferromagnesians, metamorphic. So depending upon that, after metamorphism means the phases, the concept of as called as the phases, the different phases of regional metamorphism, green cyst phases, epidote, amphibolite phases, granulate phases, euglogite phases. So this is phases for the metamorphism. And hornfels means as called as phases of contact metamorphism, we can classify as hornfels, means hornblende hornfels phases, pyroxene hornfels phases, and your geolite phases, temperature 100 to 200 degree index minerals, temporite, thrombocyte like this, right? Now protolith mineral assemblages. This is a table which is showing the means phases protolith mineral assemblages, geolite phases means the parent shale, sandstone, limestone, and you can take in the third column, that is the basalt, means the basics. And with the rise of the temperature, the different mineral assemblages that appears with the increase of the temperature. So this is metamorphic phases series. On regional metamorphism, temperature, very long geothermal gradients, means low temperature pressure, then the intermediate, then the high species, gluconfin, lawsonite, radiate, and orthosite like this. So this is ultimately this, that the metamorphic rocks that are formed, means that what PT condition they are formed naturally, depending upon the mineral content, they are classified into different mineral phases. So this is in general the silent features of the metamorphic, or you can say the characteristics or the changes of the metamorphic rocks, that we will discuss in the next class. Thank you very much for today.